Welcome to the What We Remember Rundown for Star Wars The Mandalorian Episode 6, Chapter 6, The Prisoner. My name is Bradley Jones.
My name is Andrew Moldenhauer.
And I'm Andy Hubert.
So this is guest star of the episode.
Yeah, can you...
So many guest stars.
There are. Can you? I didn't recognize almost any of them, except...
I recognized all of them.
Except the one without any costume on his face.
Yes.
Bill Burr.
Bill Burr.
Really?
I was like...
It was Bill Burr. Was the girl from what's that Matt Damon movie? Born Identity.
Botazoo.
No. She's from Game of Thrones. She plays Osha.
Okay.
She's that lady who hangs out with Bran. And a bunch
She's
of the times
also in Harry
Game of
Potter,
Thrones. And
then?
she's also in Harry Potter. So she's got like Game of Thrones, Harry Potter, Star Wars.
That makes sense.
Just
Getting
knocking
all
them
the
out.
big franchises. She's
Yeah.
like,
I thought it was the
got
Run
'em.
Lola Run girl.
Franca Potente.
Potente.
Yeah.
And we have Berg, the devil demon guy. I knew him
Yeah.
like...
Oh yes.
I was like, I think
Yes.
it's him. And it was him.
It's the Kurgan.
Yes, it is.
That would explain Andy.
Clancy
Might.
Brown.
I know, Clancy Brown. Yeah.
Oh, this... Okay.
I looked at him immediately and I was like, that
Now-
is Kurgan.
That's
Now
the
that you
Kurgan.
say that, that makes total sense. I didn't even notice.
The voice of Zero.
I
you
did
get
pick
him?
that one up. That's the one thing I did pick up in
Watch
this.
a lot of Garth Marenghi's Dark Place or IT Crowd, Andy Moldenhauer.
Just tell me the guy's name.
Richard Ayoade. I never knew how to
Ayoade.
pronounce his last name.
yes.
I could
Yes.
be saying it wrong.
Moss
Who
and
is
IT
he?
Crowd. He's the robot.
He plays the voice of the robot.
They like to use
Oh yes.
They like to use like British adjacent accents
Yeah.
for robots in this.
They
it
do.
seems because they had
Kinda like
Taika
the-
before.
It's kind of like the Butler voice.
with his Kiwi accent. Now they got Richard Ayoade on this one. I originally thought it might be Jermaine Clement. And then I was like sitting there, and
No.
I don't remember what line it was, but one of the the next line after I started thinking about this, it gave it away immediately. I was like, nope, that's
The person
definitely
in the
Ayoade.
costume, Chris Bartliff, I may have written down that last name wrong, but he was also the ferryman in Chapter 1. So they're just getting him to do sweet costumes. And I thought, the physical acting is a giant part of
Oh yeah,
a character. So
I did think it was neat kind of having a very stark contrast in this droid to the Taika Waititi droid from earlier, which is super mechanical,
stiff.
very juddery
this
movements.
is a guy in a
This was
suit.
like, very C-3PO kind of like moving around.
This
kinda
was the guy that kind of looked like the Power Rangers
Yeah.
robot.
Yeah, kind of like a insect
Zorro.
okay. looking
Now-
face.
Now I'm remembering.
So we meet these casted characters because the Mando's got to do a job.
Yeah, and
Prison heist.
He gets a
Yeah.
job from
Played the Ocean's 11 music
from the
here.
dude from Sons of Anarchy.
From the dude from Too Fast, Too Furious.
From the guy from Last Man on Earth. We all know
From the
something
guys that
different.
brought you.
I wrote his name down. Mark Boone Jr.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
His character's name is Ran in this.
Mega Ran.
All he needs is a ride. The Mandalorian is just there to provide the ship, which we get the ship's name, which I thought was said in Chapter 1, but for sure said here, the Razor Crest.
Yeah, we actually got some lore on his ship in this, and it's actually kind of they
Tell me
mentioned-
about the ship lore, Andy.
Well, they mentioned that it was like a former gunship, even, and we kind of had been like, his ship doesn't seem good for fighting, and we're like, how come it didn't blow up? And I guess this sort of answers all these questions. Like, it was meant to be like a heavy duty kind of like
an
police
armored
car kind of
armored
ship,
vehicle.
yeah, like a rough and beat you up kind of ship back in the day or something, and now it's his. So I think that's kind of neat.
Yeah. It seems like it's off the grid from both the New Republic
Yeah.
and the Imperial forces.
It's a ghost ship, I think is what they say.
They do call it a ghost ship.
Yeah.
Which gives it a little... I get the ship a little more cred now than I did when I first was talking bad about the ship earlier in the season.
Yeah.
Now it's called the ghost ship. I'm all in. The Razor Crest.
The Razor Crest.
It's like the worst toothpaste you could ever use.
Ow, it burns, Mom.
And it cuts real bad. It's the new Razor Crest.
I
With
kept having,
fiberglass toothbrush.
Oh, geez. Just rip you up. What? I kept having issues remembering Razor Crest because I kept mixing... There's a ship in the Expanse called the Razorback, and I was like, we just need Razor Blank ships everywhere.
The Razor Blank's
It's
a
a
good
great
ship
name.
name.
It's a great name.
We'll call the next one the Razor Blank.
Yeah, Razor Blank.
Bring back the Razor. Bring back that scooter.
Oh, yeah.
People
Razor
want it.
scooter?
People want a Razor scooter. Just put a motor on it.
There you go.
There
They
you
did
go.
that.
The business idea.
That
How hard
already
could it
exists.
be?
It's called the Bird.
Okay, is it a Razor scooter?
Brad,
Essentially.
a bird is an animal. I don't know what you...
Do they fly?
Oh, wait,
It's
no,
the
you meant
word.
Brad Bird, the director.
The Bird is the word.
Oh.
I hear the yeah. yes.
So we already think like shady business is afoot. It's like the Mandalorian.
It's so obvious.
Yeah, it's so obvious to everybody involved.
Yeah, I mean, it's a
feel.
crime
like-
crew
they're like
doing a prison
racist.
break. Yeah.
Yeah. And the plane like always gets a little bit changed, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know you needed my ship. Oh, I didn't realize I wouldn't be driving. Oh, I didn't realize that you needed me to do this. Oh, I didn't realize it was an Imperial cruiser. Oh, it doesn't have any droids on it. Guess what it does?
Yeah, the Mando
So
keeps
many,
being
like,
surprised at
twists
this,
and
and I was like,
turns.
at some point in here, this is on you, man. You
Yeah.
should have expected this.
I was
is a
kind
fool
of
me once
confused why he
situation.
was doing this too. He was just like he needed money.
Andy, we talked about it in like every other
It's like
episode. that
every
he's terrible
episode
with
has
money.
been like, I need money.
Yeah.
Like, get it together,
Hey,
man.
that's just life, Andy. Every day you're hustling for that money,
He's
man.
eating for two now. He's got
He's got to learn how to
mouth
save.
to provide for.
You got to save some too.
You should send him the some podcasts to listen to about personal finances.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like improve your life, man.
I mean, he got like bricks of what's that metal called again?
Beskar.
He got bricks
Yeah.
of Beskar and immediately spent it.
yeah.
All of it.
Well, some of it
it's
was
like,
on charity,
come
at
on,
least, but-
invest some of that. Beskar.
Yeah. He invested it in the foundlings.
Yeah, I guess
What
he
are the
did.
foundlings
This
doing?
is
He
the
did,
way.
he did do the right thing technically,
This
but
is the way.
I want to see where that money's going. Let me see the charity that represents the foundlings, you know?
Yeah.
That could just be like a money laundering service for somebody. The Mandalorian's like, yeah.
they're like, see if you
come
can
on.
find the foundlings.
Yeah, you go there and it's just like,
Like,
a
we know where
warehouse
they
in
are.
Calcutta full of children making like Beskar suits.
Yeah.
That's what I paid for.
Right. That one lady pounding that hammer is making it look like she's doing it, but they're really shipping it to kids in warehouses.
Oh man.
Oh no.
So they're driving to a prison ship? It's like a
Yeah.
prison transport ship? Or
Yeah.
is it just a prison ship, just like
Prison
just
transport
floating?
think it's
ship is what it
transporting.
sounded like. Yeah, they're moving people.
Yeah.
Why don't they do that at warp speed?
Right?
Yeah. I didn't expect you to have an answer.
They didn't warp speed it?
I don't know why they would.
Oh, the prison ship.
The prison ship is just like slowly moving across the galaxy.
Gotta save those dollars,
Well,
man. Who cares
you know
about
what?
prisoners?
Here's the thing, like, can you really have prisoners in space when time doesn't necessarily exist? Like, you could just warp, like if you warp,
We talked about this.
does that cut off
right,
time for
yeah.
my prison sentence?
If we're talking about like classic relativity, yeah, that's true. Well,
Hey, I served 100 years.
so they
Come on.
gotta go slow. Actually, they can't warp speed.
Yeah. Well, what's the?
It's like Demolition Man.
No,
You get
that's
frozen for
exactly the
30
one I was
years.
going to say. The Stallone movie, yeah, where it's like, oh, like
Stallone
your
movie.
prison sentence is just like taking a nap for like a quick second. Like, I don't know. That didn't seem like a good idea.
There's a helmet fight between Bill Burr wants to see what's underneath that helmet.
Everyone is so curious, you know.
This is when he should have known it was a bad idea.
I don't know.
They're like-
that one
it was
lady
like
was like, "What's
three
under that
against
helmet?" And that
one.
was a good idea.
It was like 3-on-1.
Well, yeah. And one of them was huge.
One of them was a big guy, Clancy Brown. He's
Yeah.
the muscle.
The Kurgan.
The Kurgan.
The Kurgan from Burgan. The Kurgan Ford.
Okay, come on, man. Don't mess
That's a
with the
movie
lore.
That's a movie reference.
He's gonna get real upset if you start butchering some Highlander facts.
I was quoting Wayne's World 2, the stuff that Drew Barrymore says at the secretary's office, where she's Swedish.
We're here to see Handsome Dan. My name is Wayne Campbell.
Yeah, I know. We've been expecting you, Van Campbell. I am Björgen Kjörgen.
Wow, I love your accent. Where are you from?
I'm from Sweden.
Oh, really? Whereabouts in Sweden?
Jürgen, near the Björgen Fjords.
Well, nice to meet you, Björgen Kjörgen from Knjörgen near the Björgen Fjords.
You guys ever see Wayne's World 2?
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute.
It's been a while.
I know it's not the good one.
Ooh.
It's not considered the good one.
Wow.
Wayne's World 2?
Now, when I was
Arguable. It's good.
younger, I preferred 2 to number 1.
Oh, wow.
Now, not the case.
One for, I don't know whose
Young
side.
Andy was an idiot. He didn't know what he was
I
talking
like
about.
2. It had that naked Indian in there.
I don't not like 2.
It's got
I just,
Chris Farley.
I think 1 is better.
That's fun.
It's got that Jurassic Park parody reference.
It does.
And that Graduate reference. It's like the reference movie.
Oh, it does. It
There's
has
Lady
the Kung
Garth.
Fu.
There's that
It
Kim
has-
Basinger sexy scene.
I think
It
that's
has
why
the
I
Kung
liked-
Fu moment, which is really
that
fun.
movie is good.
That movie is good. Never mind.
I agree
It's good.
I
It's
just think
good.
1 is better now, and I think the reason
Christopher
I liked 2 so
Walken.
much as a kid is because I was like, oh, it's all the movies.
Christopher
Like,
Walken's so good in
Yeah.
that.
There's some great
Man.
bits.
Yeah, but are there good bits in this movie? Let's keep this going.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
So they get in a fight. The Clancy Brown gets shoved into the back tube. He hits the button, and Yoda pops up.
Baby
Yeah.
Yoda.
He took Yoda on this dangerous trip.
That's
Oh,
true.
where's he gonna
Bad
leave him?
dad. Well, he's got, Amy Sedaris or Quill.
Yeah.
Or the lady at that one town.
He can't
I don't
trust
know.
anybody though. They got the tracking beacons.
Right.
They can just find them.
And they're like, what are you doing with this weirdo thing, you creep?
Yeah. Bill Burr says a bunch of weird stuff in this episode.
Yeah.
He says that maybe he's a Gungan underneath
makes fun
the
of
Mandalorian's
Gungans.
helmet.
Yeah.
He makes fun of stormtroopers with like aim shooting.
Mm-hmm.
He makes fun of like this creature. It's like, oh, I didn't know you had like extracurricular activities on this ship. It's like, you think the Mando is having sex with Yoda?
Yeah.
Bill Burr. Bill Burr, come on, Bill Burr.
boy.
I bet he wrote all those jokes.
Go back to
I
Space
do-
Boston, Bill Burr.
I like Bill Burr though. He's
I
funny.
do. I was actually really excited that he was in this, and I liked his character.
Mayfield is his
general.
character name.
Yeah.
Kind of forgettable name.
Whoa, what is that? You get lonely up here, buddy? Huh? Wait a minute. Did you two make that? Huh? What is it, like a pet or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Didn't take you for the type. Maybe that code of yours has made you soft.
They get to this prison ship.
Yeah.
Why are these prisoners not rowdy?
Yeah.
They are so
There's
tame.
very few
Maybe
rowdy
there's-
prisoners.
There's like
You know,
barely any.
Maybe this is the prisoner transporting all like the good behavior prisoners. Like, they're all very
Could be.
polite people.
and there are
be.
just lots of drones just like walking back and forth. Just,
Yeah.
doing their thing.
There's,
Getting
like-
destroyed
which
at
I
good
thought was really
intervals.
fun. This felt like Metal Gear Solid.
It was kind
yeah.
of
I
yeah.
think when one drone gets destroyed, the other ones would be more on alert, though.
Yeah, I thought it was weird. Like when they started shooting at like the 3 drones in the hallway, the first like fight they have, and they're like, "Well, if one of them like signals the others or something, we'll be in real trouble." And I'm like, "How is that not an instant process on this ship?" I don't
Yeah,
know.
it seems like everyone would just be right to that point.
Yeah. But it was still fun
Yeah,
watching them fight
it-
them.
For a while, should be a way to like EMP the droids or something, but
Right.
That's basically what I expected too. Like every single robot would diverge like right to there.
There was an
Yeah, they could
interesting
funnel them
moment
and do
too
something
when
there.
when they first dock with the prison ship and they start moving in, where Mando's last one through the hatch, and he looks at his rifle before he jumps in. And I wasn't sure if he was looking at the rifle because it was also right there, or he was looking at the door with Baby Yoda in it.
probably Yoda.
And I was like, I couldn't tell if it was like, should I bring my big gun or I'll just go. And then later, like in this first fight, they're like all shooting lasers at these robots, and the robots are just like ping, ping, pong, don't care. And like it takes him like manually fighting these
Hand-to-hand
things,
combat with the robots.
like ripping electric bits off one to shock other ones. I was like,
Yeah.
you should have brought your rifle. You could just zap them, man.
He attacks the robot's Achilles heel, literally.
Yes, that's
to
true.
get it down.
Yep.
In the hand-to-hand combat
That's a
fight.
Tammy.
It was a fun scene to watch, but it was also bothersome because the whole gang just watched him.
Yeah, they wanted him to get got.
Yep.
There's like, let's see what happens. But Mandalorian, he's wailing.
He was so
and
passive
nailing it.
too. He didn't even say anything about it.
No,
he didn't say like, "Why didn't you guys help me?"
Nope. Nope. They quickly get to what is like the center control of the ship.
Yeah.
There's a human in there.
There's a dude.
You weren't part of the plan, guy.
So we got our Mexican standoff here.
And this is the voice actor who does the voice of Anakin Skywalker in the Clone Wars show.
Oh, interesting.
So they're throwing in fun little cameos.
They
for
are,
these
yes.
voice actors and things throughout this show. I like that.
Well, because and this one was written by I can't remember the name, but he's done a bunch of writing also for I think
The cartoon
Rebels and
shows.
Clone Wars too. Like he's one of the writers for a lot of that
Yeah.
stuff.
Did he write Cube? Because this felt like Cube.
He might have. I mean,
It looked like
I will say,
too.
it looked like he's written a lot of big stuff in the recently. Like he's been involved with a ton of big properties, so he knows what he's doing.
The visual of this did remind me a lot of like Imperial stuff. I think, like in Episode 4, when like Darth Vader first shows up on the scene, it kind of looks like that ship that Princess Leia's in.
See, that's
Originally.
interesting. Because
Do you get that vibe
yeah,
at all?
Which
Hiding
it
behind
kinda
the
makes sense because
corners
this is technically a Republic ship,
Yeah.
New
Yeah.
Republic.
yeah, I
ship.
guess that makes sense.
Even the
And
guy in this
so-
control panel has that goofy helmet.
Oh yeah, he's got
yeah.
the classic Rebel Alliance
His helmet's too big.
enormous bucket head.
Why do you need
thing.
this big helmet?
Does it ever go out of style? Do they ever like consider like maybe a
And,
square
I mean,
helmet?
they even point that out because they like joke that his shoes match his belt because he's got that kind of big old goofy belt going on with a tunic, and like the rest of them are in like cool guy clothes, and he's in like this weirdo like 80s like he looks classic like original trilogy Star Wars.
Yeah.
yeah.
And I kind of poke fun at it.
But he's got a alert button.
His life alert button.
He's got the
if you fall
can't
down
get
in your
up.
spaceship and no one's there for you.
This is a good Star
Can
Wars.
they hear you
Space,
scream?
Space Alert was there for me.
Space Alert was there for me and saved my life.
And they all start freaking out because they
When no one
they're like,
else
"Oh,
could
geez."
pick
Yeah.
me up.
Yeah, we're not done with this bit yet.
Fair enough.
When no one else could pick me up. Space Alert was there for me.
Space Alert sent 3 X-Wings to my location to help pick me up.
It's exactly what I need, unlike my no-good family who worked there for me.
Space Alert is who I first.
Hooray for Space Alert.
Thank you, Space Alert. Getting me back on my feet.
Now I want to see.
Literally.
I want to see Wilford Brimley do like a Space Alert bit.
Oh my God.
that'd be so good.
He'd
If
phone
you're like
it
me
in.
and you need
He'd totally phone it in, too.
Call Space Alert.
Well,
I'm out of here.
Space Alert gets hit. They're going to get alerted from space.
Oh, yeah.
There's people coming for them. So they got to find this prisoner. Toot sweet.
I thought this was kind of the one thing that through the course of the episode, the only thing that I think took me out of the episode was they start freaking out when he has the little transponder. They freak out more when it goes off, and they're like, we got 10 minutes, and there's this crazy sense of urgency to get back to the hatch.
Everyone's kind of just walking around normal.
It turned into
and then the
Scooby-Doo.
twist happens, and that time urgency goes out the door.
It did.
It's gone. No
Yeah.
more sensitive time urgency.
I was going to bring that up, but
Yep.
I kind of just let it go. It was like
Yeah,
a suspension of disbelief.
Again, I really liked
Yeah.
this episode a lot. I enjoyed it heavily. It seemed I didn't read any of the articles online from all the headlines and stuff. It didn't seem like people cared for it, but
It just seemed like it had a lot of fun.
I enjoyed it a
cameos
lot.
and
Yeah, it was a
stuff.
fun. Again,
It was a fun standalone
I think
episode.
again for
It seemed
me,
like a money saver.
It's like
to
a
me.
Fast and Furious episode, which again, that's why I like the Solo movie because it was just like, oh, let's do train heist in Star Wars. Let's do prison break in Star Wars, and I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, let's do it.
It
I
is.
love
It is totally train heist. I didn't think about that till now.
So yeah,
So they find Quinn, who is Zian's brother.
Yeah,
Zian is
the
the,
other
girl
Twi'lek.
from Game of Thrones and Harry Potter. What is she, a Twi'lek?
she's a Twi'lek. Yeah,
And I believe this is the first time we've seen a male version of that race.
yeah.
That was a dude?
in canon. Yeah.
What?
Oh my God.
Are you? I can't tell if you're serious or not.
Oh, that was a dude.
Wow, you're such a spacist, Andy.
Did you have a real awkward night last week? That,
Oh
like-
my God. You guys did not want to be over when I was watching
Look,
this.
as long as you enjoyed yourself, man.
Yeah.
When she
man.
came out of that cell, when he came out of that cell,
They reveal that like the reason he's in jail is because a job the Mando was on with the
Yeah.
lady previously went bad, and the Mando left him behind.
Yep. And then
so in
right
a
away,
way, it was a setup.
Double cross.
So they get him out and push Mando into the cell and lock him in
yeah.
there.
At first, I thought like, why don't they just kill him or take him down? And I was like, the Mando would f them up. The Mando has been doing all the work here. He is killing it and destroying it. They can't beat him. The only way to beat him is to detain him and let the rebels come and destroy the ship or whatever they're gonna do.
Right.
It's their only recourse.
Yeah.
The Mandalorian gets out by snaring a droid and killing it and stealing its little R2D2
Yeah.
Probe.
thing.
Droid probe.
And the key to open it's on the inside of the prison cell, which that one was like, that's a little
No,
too
that's actually
convenient.
It's not uncommon for
is that
doors
that's
like that.
regular?
They have double-sided locks and stuff, so the
Okay.
key can get to either side. Because sometimes you have to be locked in.
I guess so.
Hey, the nerd alert caught you.
I don't know much about prison cells.
Yeah, I mean, if,
And I've been to Alcatraz.
You have.
I have.
You did
Oh, man.
time.
No, I wasn't an inmate, but I went on
What?
the tour.
not only is the key on the inside, but apparently all you got to do is like pretend to be a droid and twist around, and it's like beep, opened up, good job.
Well, you,
I'm like,
you steal his hand or whatever. That's all.
yeah.
That's all the connection you need.
I'm like, is it? How does that key work?
It might just be a physical key.
Yeah, I guess maybe.
It doesn't send any sort of
Could be.
signals up through the hand or nothing. It just
Yeah.
turns the thing.
Interesting, but it was kind of cool that he freaking lassoed that droid and ripped his
Yeah.
arm
Yes,
off and
it
was,
was
like,
amazing.
I'm out of here.
Yeah.
I was like, that was quick thinking.
Yeah.
And I did
Good idea.
really I really did like this part where he gets out. The droid on the ship is just like,
Zero.
he got out, and the rest of the crew is just like, oh shit.
It's like, oh, and he's at the control panel.
And he's in the control room.
And I lost communication with you, which means you can't hear anything I'm saying. That was the line where I was like, that's Richard A.
Yes.
from IT Scrap.
So then this movie turns into Alien, but instead of the alien, it's the Mando
Yeah.
as the xenomorph
Hunting him down.
hunting him down.
Love it. turned the tables on
It was
these
cool.
guys.
Like it even had like the red lights in the halls and stuff.
Yeah.
It felt very kind of like horror movie in space vibe. But
yeah, we went for it.
we're rooting for the bad guy in this case, in this sense.
This is where it kind of started to drag out, and it felt longer because, like,
Yes.
the sense of urgency,
Exactly.
like,
That
stopped
sense of
here
urgency to get off
because
the
it's,
ship
like,
went away.
It's cutting between like the split up groups, but you don't really know like where they are exactly.
Yeah, you don't get it laid out of the ship.
Nope.
If I can see, it's just like a literally a train or a bus, or it's just
Yep.
one long thing.
Yeah, it doesn't
Yeah.
seem like it should be too hard to get like to find your
Yeah,
your
it shouldn't be
place
a lot
in
of
that
twists and turns.
ship.
Maybe it has different levels up and
Yeah,
down.
that could be.
Right. So kind of at this point, like I didn't like think that they were actually in danger anymore.
He fights the muscle and gets pretty wrecked until
Yes.
finally uses a door as a weapon again. It's a specialty. Oh, I should also say, in this episode, Mando shoots himself in his shoulder. Bing! Another shoulder shot.
He did? When did he do that?
When they push him
Oh,
into the cell and
yeah.
he shoots at them, but
It's
it
like
starts
bouncing.
bouncing around, hits him in the shoulder.
They got to be doing that on purpose by
They've
now.
got to
right?
be. And you know what?
It's like the drinking game.
I'm on board with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Every time he gets shot in the shoulder, everyone take a shot. Take like 10 shots because that's not enough to get drunk.
And this next person he gets is Zian, does a little blade fighting thing.
Yep.
That one doesn't last very long. He
No,
just,
he
kinda
took
beats
her out
pretty
easy, and
bad.
she was like throwing knives, and he's just like, I have
yeah,
metal
the
armor on.
Yeah, it did nothing.
Yeah, I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish.
And then he gets Bill Burr.
I liked Bill Burr's little
Ooh.
gun arm on his back.
Yeah,
He's
that
got-
was fun.
It was fun.
this
Get a
one
little
was
third
fun because
arm.
of the lighting. The lighting was like really
Yes,
cool.
with the strobe, and like he keeps creeping closer.
Yeah.
And I think it's implied before we get to the reveal that Mandalorian is killing these people.
Yes,
Yes.
Especially with the strong dude with the door. It looked like
Yeah,
looks
that
the
looked like
door
that
just,
guy got killed.
Wrecks murders him by smashing his head.
Yeah. But he catches up with Quinn, and then they just like strike a deal to get me off the ship because you need the bounty, and that was what was done.
And
let's
he
get
mentions
the hell
like,
outta
it's your job to bring me back, and that's what Mandalorians do is they finish the job, and that's the way.
That is the way.
We should talk about this little side adventure back on the ship between the droid and Baby Yoda.
Zero and Baby Yoda. Yeah.
Baby Yoda's like pranking on the droid the whole time.
Just always like hiding behind a crate. And then
Yeah.
the droid looks
like,
and
"Come
then he's
and
not
find
there.
me.
And the droid, the droid pretty quickly is like, I'm going to shoot this little thing in the face.
it. I'm gonna kill it dead. Can't find me.
He's
And for what
creeping around.
another take a shot moment, we think Baby Yoda's going to get killed, and then a bullet comes from off
behind.
screen
Not
or
only
behind.
that, but Baby Yoda's
and then
also trying
Zero
to
gets
use the
dead.
Force on the bad guy.
On the
and
droid.
and then the bad guy's like, "Bleh," and you're like, oh, he did it. And then he's like, oh no, the Mando did it. I thought he'd like use the Force to make the dude's gun shoot backwards or something.
That would have been cool.
I was
Yeah.
like, cool.
This was kind of like an Inception moment where it's like they're at the prison ship. Like he's basically trying to like catch all three of them at the same time that this robot's just trying to walk down a small hallway to get Yoda.
Yeah.
It's kind of it was kind of an
I was like, the
Inception
ship's not
moment. I
that
was like,
big, man. You got crazy bug eyes. You don't got like fancy sensors to figure out where this Baby Yoda is.
Apparently
Come
not.
on, dude.
yeah.
There is an insect-looking droid in the original trilogy, and I was trying to look up if this was supposed to be the same kind of droid, and as far as I can tell, no. They are separate. But
No
apparently
idea.
that's just a design aesthetic in the Star Wars universe is creepy bug-eyed robots.
It was neat. It was something I hadn't
yeah.
seen in a while. If you know.
Yep.
And it was a dude in a suit.
It was.
That was cool.
My favorite moment too was like when they were talking about like they were like chit-chatting on the ship right before the plan was executed, and then all of a sudden the robot was like, we are arriving right now, we are engaging
Yeah.
right now, we are landing right now.
To an amusement park ride. Where
He's like, the thing didn't even give us a countdown.
Yeah, that was really good. I did enjoy that.
Yeah, but a fun episode.
And
Yeah.
that's where it's revealed that the Mando just locked the rest of them. Well, I guess
All in
that's
the
not
same
revealed to
cell.
the end, is it?
Maybe.
I
It might
couldn't
be
remember if
right
it was when he
here.
left, but
It
yeah.
might be right here as they go.
But yeah, he instead of killing them all, had
So we
locked
could
them.
see them characters
and
again
actually, I was a little bit troubled by this because now I'm like, no, Mando's definitely a space racist, not just against droids, because he did not hesitate to vaporize those Jawas. In this case, he's like, sure, they're criminals, but I'll just lock them up. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Like, just
know.
just kill them.
We want to have them in season 2.
Yeah, that's probably true.
You know?
I'm sure some of them someone's gonna come back.
We want to see those guys back in season 2.
Yeah, but we get back to
Whatever that.
Criminal Space Station number 1.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like a chop shop for.
It is.
yeah,
for like
that's what it
space
looks
station
like.
stuff. And I was going to say that the background plates for this scene, the setting, are incredible. And if episodes 1, 2, or 3 had the technology of the 3D background replacement thing that we have now in these Star Wars movies, it would have been incredible.
Oh man,
Yeah.
Because it just looks so good.
Yep.
Anytime the camera moves, like the background moves with it. Bill Burr was describing it as like it was almost disorienting, like how they like did these backgrounds. And it's like that's just the technology that's going on now.
It's so
that makes
cool.
everything look so good.
Yep.
Everything's so out of focus and like where it should be, and
It's gonna be super easy to make movies soon.
Good. Yeah, but expensive, but easy. Yeah.
Expensive but easy.
Yep.
Yeah. So he just turns in Quinn. Hey,
Yeah,
I did the job.
Gets paid.
Get some monies, and then he's gonna
No
get
questions asked.
Yep, that's the rule of the space chop shop.
Yeah.
and
So he's like,
goes on his
goodbye, I'm heading out. And as he's heading out, they're like,
Yeah, go kill him.
Send a ship after him.
yeah, go destroy
Yeah.
him.
And it looks like they had like some type of like, it's like the Stinger or something
That
like
ship
that. It
looked
was
real
like,
cool. I was,
Yeah,
it was
I was
like
getting
some
real pumped. I was like, hell yeah,
racing
dogfight in
ship.
space again. And I sort of got my wish, but not the way I expected.
Yeah, it was a little twist.
So we get, here's the final, like, double, triple, quadruple cross.
Yeah, Mandalorian is finally on top for once.
Mando snuck the little transponder in the one dude's pocket. So he finds it and he's like, what's this? And we, the audience, are like, oh shit, son, you guys don't even know, man.
You about to get engaged, son.
And then we get some straight up, like, original Star Wars style X-Wing show up.
Yep.
Shots of pilots being like, hey, there's a space station. Let's go get it. You know, classic X-Wing sound effects, everything exactly Star Wars. And they just, like, cruise in. They're like, well, they're about to launch a gunship. Let's blow it up. Boom, 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 and blow up the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I was a little confused because I was also like, is their mission here just to straight up blow this place up?
Couldn't they
I thought it
kill
sounded
him?
like they were sending in a SWAT team to get the prisoner back, but these X-Wings showed up and they're like,
Destroy
wreck it.
stuff, yeah.
And also, let's ignore
Yeah.
the ship that was leaving. I don't care about them. I mean, I guess they were focused
Like,
on
we
the
don't know what
transponder,
happened.
but
Just get rid of it.
The 3 TIE fighter pilots were the directors who weren't Jon Favreau.
how dare you? Those were X-Wings.
X-Wing pilots.
Oh my!
Whatever.
Wait, what? What'd you say?
I said TIE fighter instead of X-Wing.
Like this was some Emperor bullshit.
That could have been.
Oh
I love
my
Thai food.
Lord. Oh yeah. Well, okay, fair enough.
It's so good, Andy. What do you got against Thai?
So the X-Fighter.
Ooh,
is that even
X-Fighters.
right?
That just sounds like some
Street Fighter.
Yeah, saying some new
Oh,
Capcom
jeez.
game.
Ready?
I'm real lost
Fight.
now. So the X-Wing pilots
Yes.
are the 3 directors who aren't Jon Favreau or Taika Waititi.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So yeah, they get little guest spots. All 3 of those.
I like that.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
And they just shoot that place up, and
Oh, yeah.
they kill the dude from all the shows that we know him from differently, and Mandalorian gets away.
Yeah, he pieces out of there
scot-free
with money.
with money
finally.
and
Yeah,
Yoda.
that's true. It all worked out.
Yep, this was definitely I mean,
Clean
you kind of
job.
mentioned this is like kind of a canned episode where it's like you can shoot this. It doesn't exactly
Doesn't
matter
change
when it
anything.
happens in this series. It's really a very self-contained episode.
Yeah.
So the things that I was thinking about that this does, it gives the Mandalorian a little more backstory because we learn more of like his gangster ways because of his connection through Zian. Because they almost get like brought up that they used to be an item,
Yeah.
but like things are different. They're on different places now.
Bill Burr even like posits that potentially the baby Yoda is like,
Yeah,
it's like
they concede
their
it.
child.
Yeah.
I thought that was funny.
And we just get more of like the Mandalorian is a changed person, but nothing else really happens in this episode.
Yes.
Right.
in terms of like character development. But
Nope. I really liked it, but again, I've made it clear that I love standalone Monster of the Week episodes of anything. And so for me, I was like, yeah, give me that adventure.
even though we got eight episodes only,
Loved it.
let's have some filler in there. It's fine.
It did, yeah. I mean, now this did definitely. I had predicted that the next 3 episodes were going to be a tied together arc, wrapping it up. But
There's only 2.
it sounds like just a 2 episode tie-in and wrap up.
Yep.
Which is fine.
Yeah, I figured that.
That's fine. Don't listen to me. Come on, Disney. Yeah, that's fine, Disney. I'm not hurt at all. I'm not mad.
They're giving you an Obi-Wan series. Kenobi. With Ewan McGregor.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's going to be amazing that I'm there for it, and I'm going to watch every second of it.
Have they been shooting this? Is that remember they shot that teaser?
I think it's
was
just
like
in
nothing.
real early pre-production.
Yeah, I don't
'cause
think they've. I don't know if they've shot
Deborah
anything.
Chow, who directed some of these episodes and was one of the X-Wing pilots, is like helming that show. So
Okay.
And I know, like, it was funny because they had originally rumored that there'd be an Obi-Wan movie, kind of like Solo.
Yeah.
And that the end of Solo was kind of teeing up that movie.
I think they're
And
giving
then-
up on those movie things.
Well, that was it. Then after that was when, when Solo bombed is when Disney was just like, cancel everything. And then everyone's like, what, is that still happening? What's going on? Because
No, we canceled it.
my understanding is that Ewan McGregor was like really interested in doing more Obi-Wan stuff. Like he's like, oh, totally, let's do it. And so I was kind of like, there's no way they pass on that, right? Like even after Solo, there's no way they pass. So and then it sounds like they were like, instead of a movie, we'll do another like a Mando style live action show instead. And I think that's gonna be great.
That seems better for him because he doesn't have to look at tennis balls as much.
Mm-hmm.
If he was doing a movie, it'd be Tennis Ball City.
Oh, yeah,
but this
everywhere.
TV show stuff, there's real stuff to interact with.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be
You're
good.
gonna do some acting.
Unless he lives in a tennis ball world, then it's like
Yeah, you
his
got
nightmare.
you got your desert planets, your forest planets, your tennis ball planets.
Yeah, there are some planets out there where people are tennis balls.
That's just a fact. That just is a thing.
It could be real.
I bet it's on Wikipedia right now. There's
Tennis
a page
ball
for
world.
everything there.